Howdy howdy. How'd you sleep? Good? Me neither. I searched the depths of hell and all I could find was a B-rated movie. This is the outcome of a lot of Kappa research. And I decided to turn it into a drinking game. And I forced my partner to watch the movie as well. So, here's the basic plot of the Death Kappa and my drunken reaction to it. While doing research on the Kappa, I stumbled across a gem, or should I say Shirokodama. And if you'd like to know the reference in full detail, that'll be in next week's video. Since we're just getting into the spooky season, I'm going to present to you my mid-tier spook of a modern capitalistic representation of popular folklore from Japan. We start off with the protagonist spouting off her woes. The city is so cruel because she didn't become a famous pop star. So she gave up on all her dreams, blamed it on the city, then moved back to a rural area of Japan called Buttballs. Then she runs into 3 men, each one more normal than the last. It doesn't add to the plot. It's literally just, look at this dude. He's not having a good day or a good life. And I like how she nods to every single person. It looks like she's trying to get their attention to say something, but then it's just to awkwardly nod.
This guy's just like, what do you want? Huh?
Yeah. Here comes the welcome wagon.
Actively drunk and driving in the countryside.
By far the best part of the film is when her grandmother gets hit by a bunch of drunk teens, and nobody gives a shit. To the moon. I like how they're just like, they get up. Oh, it's just some old lady. We're fine. I knew it. You did this. And it makes me question, how is the city worse than these bloody cucumbers?
Cucumbers.
Bloody cucumbers. From the beginning of the movie, she complains about how cruel the city is compared to her welcoming hometown. Everyone she meets does not welcome her, barely acknowledges her. She gets more snarls than smiles. Throughout the entire movie, she gets one welcome, and it is by far one of the best scenes. After the drunken teens ran into the Kappa shrine, yeeting it off a mountain, and after the grandmother made Kaneko promise to become the crazy Kappa lady, the grandmother's dying words are, "Welcome home, Kaneko." She's like, yeah, I'm dying. Yeah. Dealing with the Kappa's your problem now.
Literally just said, welcome back.
Warm welcomes.
Warm welcomes, cold bodies.
Because of how unexplained the plot is, I'm going to insert my own storylines, my own plot. We're now at Kaneko's home, and you can see Van Helsing stalking the protagonist. They make a cute couple.
Hey, this is Japan.
Always date your stalkers. There's so many entertaining but unnecessary scenes that allude to a Kappa in the dumbest ways. The plot is literally sad chick, not pop star, dead grandmother. Then this dude's angry that his hot dog is a cucumber after he murdered the grandmother. How's hot dog turned into a cucumber?
With ketchup.
Out of the blue, red lights start to flash out of a cave.
What kind of
I
drugs
don't
are they
understand the
on?
mysterious red light that's just in a cave.
Hmm?
And then you cut to the sea, and you see weird little fish boots coming out of the water. And While watching it, I did not realize that this was not the Kappa. I did not recognize the Kappa's feet enough to go, oh, that's not the Kappa, that's not it. No, because what else would it have been? Kappa! Okay, if she's looking at the Kappa here, who is murdering everybody on the beach? Because it's the Kappa there, but there's a Kappa here.
Nah.
A sea monster emerges from the water and starts to maul the teens.
Oh shit, man's getting taken.
Flinging around the props, flinging around obvious mannequins. After a brief, lonely morning scene, we come back to the protagonist's house, and who we can only assume is her brother's. Though it's never clarified, so I guess adult 1 and child 1. Okay, I love how this guy has, like, a permanent little, like, hair sticking out, you know?
Shoo you.
Now, it wouldn't be a trashy B-movie without random dancing for no reason.
God, those dance moves. They really know.
Bebop and hip-hopping.
Bebop and hip-hopping.
Yeah.
No.
I'm getting jiggy with it. You like my slang terms?
You're hip with the kids nowadays.
And again, Van Helsing appears to stalk more. Now, she introduces the Kappa into a blossoming love triangle. The family, what I can only assume is a family, adopts this classical, murderous yokai into the family.
I love how they're just vibing with the Kappa.
Yeah. I wonder how they'll feel when he drowns their kids. And then the next scene, while they're playing around, he just fully sumo humped both the adult man and the child. So far, I've been calling Kaneko the protagonist, but that might need to change. As the true protagonist, the one that is through every battle, that is the start of it, that's the end of it, is Cucumbers. I love how Cucumbers are a main character in this movie.
No, deadass. The cucumber budget must be insane.
Exactly.
They must have gone to, I don't know, Kmart? Whatever the fuck Japan had.
Kmart.
I don't want to say J-Mart.
Instead of buying more high-quality props, they made the best decision possible and opted to instead buy a barrel or 5 of cucumbers. After I looked through the family photo album of happy times that transpired within a few days, more unexplainable events happen. Primarily being, when did our protagonist, not the cucumbers, but the lady, get vision telepathy? She's washing dishes, doing chores, whatnot, and she gets this vision that the Kappa is in danger, sharing some sort of special bond, really showing the structural integrity of my implanted love triangle. She sees that the Kappa is in danger and she has to go save it. I feel like I'm just missing so much. Why does she have a bow? When did
She kept it where her Kappa can't reach.
Oh no, her Kappa reaches. Also, the amount of zoom-ins on this lady's face without her saying anything, without her just being like... She's like...
Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams. And she gets captured, but the Kappa escapes. After many zoomed-in shots of Van Helsing, Kaneko is taken to the fishy-smelling dungeon by her lesbian stalker. We're just gonna say that is the Christian cross.
Yeah, it's a crucifixion prop.
You know, just how, like, any sort of secondhand store labels it.
Yeah, crucifixion prop.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
Nothing else.
What would you call that if it's not a crucifixion prompt?
Exactly, especially with all the chains and in the dungeon. Ugh,
Especially
everybody
with the
loves to
cuffs.
pray in a dungeon.
Yeah, exactly. And the cuffs, just to make sure that she can't get overwhelmed by the prayers.
I think Kaneko's a little bit freaked out, as Helsing goes a little too fast on this one-side relationship, introducing Kaneko to her family. Okay.
The very dead grandpa in a wheelchair. What the fuck?
No, see, he moves, he's alive. Their day is then broken up by the Heathers. So, okay.
Who are these people?
I bet that's the director's friend. That's the actual camera guy filming. That guy is one of the few actors taking everything seriously. And that dude's just in the background and he's Matrix boy. And Helsing reveals her fish people kink and her evil plan to turn women into fish ladies. They turning into fish people. She's rocking those sharp teeth though.
She really is.
I want to have sharp teeth. I want people to look at me and be like, the demons are among us. Okay, I love how she goes, shoo, shoo, shoo.
Yeah, literally.
Right up to her.
She just...
just shaking her grandfather.
This is just domestic abuse to the elderly.
Okay, I wonder how many takes I had to get, because I bet for at least most of their takes, he fell out of that wheelchair. He obviously did. She looks like she's definitely getting
He
into
definitely
this role.
looks like he was in World War II. Especially in Japan.
Then shows off her smile as wind blows through her hair. Now I can live my dreams as the antagonist woman. I have no clue why there's electrostimulation, but you can tell that Tux paint played a crucial role in the making of this film. Oh my god, the skeleton and just the expanding skull is the best. I think I got that in Canva.
No.
I hope if I die by electrocution, my skull just does that. You just see an outline of like fully. The Kappa drops in randomly. How did it find her? We don't know. Call it magic. He about to sumo yo ass. And now we get to see the love triangle unfold. And the Heathers prove themselves to be useless. Ooh, he's an honorable man.
He's a dumb man.
The most effective maneuver. You. The fish people come to fight the Kappa, and they show us the inspiration behind the Power Rangers. See, these men know how to... These fishmen, let me just correct myself, know how to do it. They all go at him. They don't just go one at a time. See?
Just a groupie, man.
They're the superior race, Jonathan.
God, the
The
Power Rangers
jumps.
scene.
Gotta pounce. The
Hey,
fish
baby,
pounces.
you want to watch some Sentai Warriors?
After having her fishy proposal rejected, Van Helsing decides it'd be easier to just reshape the love triangle by shooting off the other people.
Cool, stripper power activate, like...
Okay,
Now
she
she's-
has her
now
Tommy
she's got-
gun.
You come here today on the day of my barbecue.
Her Tommy gun and her lingerie with her lab coat.
This is just
It
a
is-
better version of Godfather right now.
It feels like
They rip off so many movies
Yeah.
at this point.
It feels like I'm
Oh no,
either getting
Grandpa!
into the best adult film or the worst.
Keep in mind, she just shot her grandpa. She shot her grandpa.
Now she's shooting her men. She's mostly shooting her men. Like, look,
He looks like he's getting a euphoric experience.
this is like a
from
solid
this.
minute of just him getting shot and still standing. Maybe there was some built-up resentment towards the Heathers and her grandfather, but she only bothers shoot at Kaneko and the Kappa for 3 seconds before spending the next 4 to 5 minutes of just slow-mos of her grandfather and the main Heather getting shot. Grandfather! She pulls off his head.
Shoots him, pulls
She
off his
is a
head.
method actor.
Hold on. Spikes it.
Exactly. That's what you do. God, John, do you not know how, like...
How to treat your grandfather's dead corpse.
Exactly. You don't know how to grieve. You don't know how you would grieve in this situation. After spiking her dead grandfather's head, she decides to blow everything up. Because, as all evil layers have, a nuclear bomb in the middle of the floor, ready to be pressed at any dramatic moment. And now she's like, I'm gonna blow everybody up, because why not? Because I just killed my grandfather.
God, watch the most Hey. Okay. Top tier,
Penguin paint. We're going back to elementary school, baby. You feel the nostalgia?
You know those claymation projects you would do in grade 5?
Oh, yeah.
That's all this
like,
is. This is just one big claymation project.
Little Lego movies. You think that pressing this button and seeing the Tux Paint remake of a explosion would be the end. But you would be sadly very wrong. Because Godzilla!
Wait,
why not? Out of the depths of hell, Godzilla comes to destroy everything. But at least before you need to skip so much of just watching a grown man, a grown director, have a fun little toy break that he decided to film and add to the movie, you get to see the best reactions of how to respond to seeing and dying to a Godzilla.
And then that one lady who just is running away on her phone like, ah, help, I'm being murdered.
I love just like the people just taking like little selfies with the Godzilla being like,
if I die, I'm gonna go out with some swag. This is just like 30 minutes of nothing but this?
Okay, wait. I have to see where we are in the movie. So, right now we're at 43 minutes, and if you skip ahead through all the Godzilla crap...
2 hours later.
So, that was a solid 15 minutes of just Godzilla stuff without any explanation of why it's there.
He just spawned.
The Kappa makes his literal big reveal. It was Ryan Reynolds from X-Men Origins all over again. The blue fire.
Hey, it could be water. It could be water. Water breath. Have you never seen a water dragon?
Why is he so big now? This is like...
They're not supposed to
This
be
is like
water.
Wolverine Origins, like Deadpool all over again. The Kappa, no matter how big it is, does not spout fire. He could crack a giant's back, I guess. He has medical skills. The whole Kappa vs. Godzilla thing goes on for far too long. Watching just random punches be thrown, yada yada.
RKO, goddamn. Man just did the good old spin maneuver.
Somewhere in it, they even play volleyball. Don't ask me how Godzilla died, because after the volleyball scene, I was gone. So gone. I'm not gonna do that. For a Kappa to win, the military flew out a giant cucumber so the Kappa could recharge his ult. They're bringing in a cucumber, a giant, and you can see the thread holding up the... He's trying to Popeye. And just, whew. Everyone assumed that after the Kappa won, the rampaging monster would be chill, would pay his taxes on time, would never park in a handicap spot, or steal a bar of chocolate. No. After the Kappa starts rampaging around like a giant murderous yokai that it is, I just like his Discord mod tantrum. My kittens aren't listening to me! Mew. After being nuked, you see Konako, alive and well. I'd rather her be dead or her be large. No in between. If the Kappa's gonna be large, she should be large too. So, after surviving an atomic bomb without any explanation, she knows the secret to calm the Kappa. It's just a little tune. A little jig if you must.
I'm gonna explain the dress change.
No. This
but
is
we
her
can't-
debut, so you have to shush.
She sounds 12. My nephew can do just as good.
Why didn't they try singing to defeat Godzilla in any of the movies? And her singing cures the Kappa's horrendous pink eye. It looks like true love wins in the end after all. This wasn't...
I love how you can tell she is just a figurine right now. They had those custom made and designed just for this. Keep that in mind. I want you to think about that. They had realistic figurines
What
designed.
genre would you put this in?
Sci-fi, definitely.
Wrong, it's romance.
Oh, those different shaped eyes. I'm sorry, my love. I think I found a new lover today.
I don't blame you. The Kappa was the victim all along. And everybody says goodbye to the death Kappa. And he goes off to sea with a shimmer on his bald part of his head. Back to the ocean he goes, just like Godzilla.
Well, of course it's gotta end like this.
Goodbye,
Why is he still
Death
called
Kappa!
Death Kappa?
Goodbye! And the little sparkle at the end to know that he is just a good guy. And then the end. I would have loved if it ended with just Finn.
Question mark? Death Kappa 2 coming soon?
Oh, you know it. And the movie ends with a question mark for possible sequels. Would I recommend this movie? If you have the ability to skip most of the Godzilla scenes that go on for far too long, and part of the Kappa vs. Godzilla fight that goes on for far too long. In my eyes, the plot ended at the halfway mark, maybe a little bit before, and then only continued once the Kappa was out to sea. Now, folks, remember, the Kappa was the victim all along. I love how the moral of the story is that the Kappa was the victim all along. We all should learn to love the Kappa.
Kappa D's nuts. I'm glad we could drink to that, amen. I'm the reason she drinks. And I'll say that again.